We tend to think of the modern zoo as fulfilling 4 different roles, which are recreation or fun, entertainment, being a good day out. The more serious side of what we do can be divided into education, conservation and research. I'm proud that we're leading the way in terms of zoo-based research. So our Circle department, the Centre for Research in Conservation and Learning, really is at the forefront of zoo-based research.
So Circle is a research centre set up by the University of York here at Flamingo Land, and the aim of Circle is to gather data to carry out research that will help us better conserve the natural world. And we do this in a number of ways. Firstly, we have a conservation project that Flamingo Land funds in East Africa. It's called the Adzunga Forest Project. And on that project we're gathering data to work out really how we can best measure that conservation is working. So we do things like survey knowledge of local people, we survey the animals and plants themselves, and that gives us a general impression for how good a job we're doing in those natural habitats. We're also working on the design of zoo exhibits, and the first project that we began here looking at exhibit design was on Humboldt penguins. Now, this is a threatened species of penguin from South America, and in zoo environments they're kept in various different ways. And so what we did was we gathered data on what the penguins do with their time. We looked at things like rates of breeding, how much time they spend swimming, how active they are, and we used these to assess really what the best way to design a zoo exhibit is for penguins. So the end result was to build a new penguin exhibit here, and the exhibit increased rates of swimming, so the penguins are more active, and we've also increased social interaction because the colony is now very big. And that's the key thing. If animals are kept in big social groups, so long as that reflects their state in the wild, it's more likely to result in animals that are behaving as they should do, and active and healthy. The particularly successful project here that we have many, but the one that perhaps is most exciting is that of the scimitar horned oryx. And the scimitar horned oryx is an animal that is actually extinct in the wild. It doesn't exist in any natural states. And zoos across the world have been working together to reintroduce the scimitar horned oryx. And this animal once ranged all across North Africa. So now what zoos are doing is that they're breeding them, they're working with institutions in North Africa to try and reintroduce them. But not only that, work with their habitats again, work with local people in order to try and maximise the future for these things. And it's actually working fairly well so far, so we're quite positive in what's going to happen next.
People are interested in volunteering, they can come along, whether that's working with our sort of conservation breeding program, so working with the species here at the zoo. If they want to get more involved in the sort of wider aspects of our conservation work, then we're always looking for people to sort of help us out with fundraising and getting the message out there about our conservation program. So yeah, and to be honest, just a visit to Flamingo Land is directly helping conservation. You know, we fund the projects ourselves, so every visit to Flamingo Land is directly supporting conservation.